Well, I don't even really know where to start with that one today. I don't know, like, a lot of people, I'm assuming people will be watching this to see what I've got to say about a certain someone, but I'm not going to start on him. I'll come on to him a bit later. It was just really bad today. It was bad. That was like, we've gone full cycle. We've kind of improved from the international break. Had that one poor game against Derby, and then we come back to, like, that today felt like we'd gone full circle, and we've gone back to, like, beginning of November, end of October, where we were, like, painful. It was like full circle. It was that bad today. I don't even think it was really on the manager's team selection. I thought, like, his team was attacking. Like, we had attackers on the pitch. We had enough there to win that game. It's just that they're not turning up. Like, Anthony had 2 or 3 good games off the right, switched over to the left. Koleosho comes in on the right, who's better on the left. So, I mean, in that sense, you can kind of look at Parker and say, well, he perhaps should have switched them round. But, you know, the Koleosho, he's just, like, I don't like saying this. And I texted it to my dad after 15 minutes. I said, the first 15 minutes, I actually felt strong, maybe, but he was a disgrace. I actually thought he was a disgrace. He was, like, nandy-pandying out of tackles. He was just giving the ball away. Like, you're looking, someone come and get on the ball, or, like, running behind. He wouldn't do nothing. Like, I actually thought he was a disgrace. He perhaps got a little bit better as the half went on, but largely I thought he was embarrassing again. I don't think his head's in it. I honestly don't. I think he wants to go. He's not good enough to go, and if someone come in, let him go, because he is pants. He's pants. He's just a B-Tech like Adama Traore. Like, he is. He's just head down, no ability whatsoever. Head down, run. He's like a steam train. He just runs at people. Like, that's all he does. He just runs, head down, runs, no technical ability, no end product. He's got no work rate hardly. He's not interested. Just let him go. He's rubbish. Like, he really is. Like, I don't know how he performed to the level he did in the Prem last year, because he was actually good, and he's just fell off a cliff. Like, since the injury, he's lost that yard of, like, real electric pace, and his games just fell apart. And, you know, he wasn't the only one today, let's be honest. Like, you're looking round the pitch and thinking, you know, someone give Egan Riley man of the match, and he probably was. He probably was from a Burnley perspective, but, I mean, that tells you everything. At home to Stoke, your centre-half's won man of the match, and you're like, that's not really... You're not looking for that, are you, when you're at the top of the league? It's not very good. Again, like, tactically, the one thing you can maybe blame on the manager, like, putting Brownhill back. Brownhill was poor today, really poor. He can't play 8. He was even worse when Cullen went off and he went to 6. He just can't do it. Brownhill either plays at 10 or he just doesn't play. And I know, like, the Brownhill lovers will be like, oh no, yeah, he has to be in the team. He plays at 10 or he doesn't play. He's not good enough to play 6 or 8. And I know people are like, oh, he scored 9 goals, don't care. He can't play anywhere other than 10. So that was a mistake. And then, you know, the subs again were pretty poor. I thought they were poor. I think to bring Fleming on up front again was probably wrong. Then when Foster did come on, Foster played behind Fleming, thinking, what on earth are you doing? We're 0-0 at home with Stoke. You need a goal. Looking at the bench, you think, like, company, we had Benson, we had Zarori, we had, like, might have had J-Rod or Barnes, or, like, you know, if Teller wasn't playing, Teller would be on the bench. We'd, you know, even someone like Sherlinov, and people would be like, oh no, he was rubbish, but we brought Hannibal on. And he doesn't score, he doesn't assist. He's hopeless. Like, and I'm not going to come on here and be like, oh, I told you so, like, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I don't think mine's better than anyone else's for 1 minute, but he does nothing. He does nothing. He doesn't score. He doesn't assist. He runs around like a headless chicken. And as I've said before, he's a liability. I could pull someone out of the Royal Dice to run around like he does, and then he gets sent off. Silly little boy. Silly boy. You know, it was a joke. It was a disgrace, actually, like, to stamp on someone's stomach the way he did. And he knows what he's doing. You know, he could have got out the way. He didn't. And sent off, and luckily he's out of the next 3 games because he is absolutely stinking. Like, and I know a lot more people agree with what I say now, like, about him going back to United. Like, if they had a buyback clause and we lost half our money, I'll drop him off. He's a liability. He offers absolutely nothing. Like, playing on the left, you not 1-0 down, 0-0 at home, you need a goal, and you bring him on the wing. You know, like I said to my brother coming home, you know, under company, like, we had Sarori on the left wing. Like, he could beat a man. He was quick. He could get a cross in. He scored. He assisted. And now we're playing Hannibal on the left wing, and like, people like accepting that's fine. You know, I think we paid more for Hannibal than what we sold Sarori for. And you're like, in what world is that like acceptable? And we have to accept that that's right. The chalk and cheese, the two of them, like, and all right, I know Hannibal's not a winger. I know that. But the minute we're comparing, because they're both playing on that left-hand side, the chalk and cheese, I just can't get behind him. He offers nothing. If he plays at 10, he doesn't score an assist. You play him out wide, he's got no idea where he can't stick in his position. He's inside, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's hopeless. And like, I'm glad like more people are starting to see it now. He just offers nothing. And he's a liability, and as he's proved today, because that's been coming for a while. A red card for him's been coming for a while. I know people, well, it's his first of his career. Like, I don't care. Anyone with a pair of eyes can see he's a walking liability and he's a red card waiting to happen. Well, listen, he's out the derby. What does Parker do now? Because I don't think he knows. He doesn't. I don't think he really wants. He won't play Koleosho in the derby because you're just asking for it. Because he's hopeless. Is Sarmiento going to play in the derby? He's too lightweight for me to play in a derby. I don't think you could send him to Ewood. He's a nandy-pandy. He does all these fancy flicks, people lose their mind, but he does nothing. Ipswich fobbed him off because he weren't good enough. He was a squad player at Ipswich. People like think he's this, because he's South American, he's got a bit of flair. He's another one, he does nothing. He does nothing. People lose their mind, like, oh, he scored against Portsmouth. He does nothing. He does nothing to affect a game. People slag Anthony off, right? Anthony's better than Sarmiento. People hate, like, I'll die on the hill for that one. Anthony's better and offers more than Sarmiento does to the team. And Anthony gets to the hate he does. I don't know, who he plays at Ewood, I don't know, and honestly, I'm not really bothered. I'm not, at this point in time, I'm not really bothered, but I honestly don't see who he plays there. Because he can't play Koleosho at Ewood. And you can't, I don't think you can play Sarmiento there either, so they're not particularly blessed with many options. I don't know what he does, whether he adapts his system or... I'm really not sure, but I don't think you can play either of them two there. Because they'll get eaten alive. They're too soft, too lightweight. But let's not worry about that. Today was a disaster. I'm glad it's out of the way. It's one of them. Massive opportunity missed. Leeds drop points. The other two of the top 5 are playing each other tonight after I've filmed this. We could have gained points on potentially 4 teams, but definitely 3. And we've blown it because we've drawn at home to Stoke. And I know they've got a new manager, and like, there'll be some delusional Burnley fan out there, like, it's a tough game because they've got a new manager. Like, now we should be beating Stoke at home. With all due respect to Stoke, good club, been in the Prem, brought a great following today, and listen, they deserve the point, probably more. They had better chances than us on the day, so by no means am I disrespecting Stoke. Today they were fantastic and more than good value for the point. And if we're being honest with ourselves, they probably should have won. I think that's fair to say, with the D at the bar, the header, I don't know how we missed out at the far post, and then the save from Trafford. On another day, Stoke could have won that game like very, very easily, because we had one good chance and it come in the last minute. So on another day, we could have lost that game. But let's make no bones about it. If you want to finish in the top 2, you can't keep drawing 0-0 with Preston, Derby, QPR, Stoke, who were all at home, Oxford away. Like, you can't keep doing it. You know, we limp past Pompey, we limp past Plymouth. Like, it can't keep happening. And yeah, I really did think we'd turn the corner, but we just seem to struggle against these low blocks still. Like, we either need players back ASAP, which is like Ramsey or Benson, even Redmond. He can't be any worse than Hannibal on the wing. Like, someone who can make something happen out of nothing, because at the minute we're really struggling, like, again against these low blocks. Or else they're going to have to go out and sign, and we've got no money, so no one's going to want to loan the players in January. So signing's going to be difficult. So I honestly don't see where we go from here to improve that attacking unit. But one thing's for certain, you've got to do something. You've got to do something, because you can't keep persisting bringing Hannibal on the left when you need a goal, and Sarmiento, because they're not doing anything. Like, we need players, we need attackers, and fast, or else, unfortunately, we're resigned to the playoffs.